Hey guys, welcome back to Missing the Misses. I'm Shatara.
I'm Elise. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up
and subscribe
below.
Yes. So today we're going to be talking about dating. As you can see, our t-shirts today say relationship status.
Yes. So again, shout out to Humble Believers. Relationship status, single taken, and social distancing. Check.
You social distancing?
Yes.
And mine is, what is this? Single dating.
Quarantined with Bae.
Oh yeah, I'm quarantined with Bae. What's your status? Let us know.
So yeah, that's what today's show is about. Dating, relationships, you know, the good stuff.
Right up your alley, huh?
So something about both of us is we both love.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, yeah. I love love. I love the 5 love languages. We'll talk about that in another show, though, because I could talk about that all day. If you haven't read it, go read it now so we can talk about it during another show. I don't know. Where should we start? I'm thinking...
Well, let's start about... How old were you when you first started dating?
I think I was in... So I was in high school when I had my first real boyfriend that, like, my parents knew about. There was a couple boyfriends in middle school, I think. That
they don't count.
Know about, so that don't really count. And it was probably like a week and a half. So my real boyfriend, I was a sophomore, and that lasted way too long. We went all through high school together. Even he moved to Kenosha, and 16-year-old me was like, "Oh my God, please don't break up with me because you're moving." And then we went to college together, and it lasted about 5 years longer than it should have. But,
oh, wow.
Yeah, girl.
My first date, I don't really think I had a real relationship throughout high school, maybe towards my end. But my first date, I was 15. This was sneaking around, though. I wasn't allowed to date. But... remember when I used to work at the mall? I used to work at Sam Goody in Gurney Mills. And he was a military guy. I was 15. He was 18. And I told my mom that I had to work that day. So I go to work and I told the manager, I'm like, look, if my mom call or come up here, just let her know I'm on break. She's like, oh, okay. Sure enough, my mom called. I wasn't there. So me and him, we was at the movie theater in Gurney Mills.
Oh my God.
After the movie, y'all, we walking, holding hands. This was back when JCPenney used to be the mall. And I look behind me.
Oh, no.
And my mom was walking behind us with a belt in her hand.
Yes, Mama Wanda.
I was like, look, my mom behind me. You go that way, I'm going to go this way. And I've never seen him again to this day.
Oh, that's a good story.
That was, but yeah, I wasn't really allowed to date until, I don't know. Alonzo was the first man that I brought home to my parents.
Wow.
Alonzo's my husband.
Yes. I don't ever remember my parents, like, giving me permission. But once, like, this same boy started to come around, but it had to be, I would ask to be like, can I go to church with them? And my daddy would be like, yeah. Which we would go to church, though. We would go to church.
The church used to be like the beating up spot or the kicking up spot back in the day.
Yeah, because that's the only place your parents would be like, oh, okay, you can go.
Yeah.
But other than that, the only other time I remember... he asked me to go to dinner with him and his family, and the place was in Milwaukee. And I had a car, he had a car, but I remember my daddy being like, no. And I was like, huh? And he was like, well, I'll take you. Mm-hmm. Girl, and my daddy took me, picked him up, and drove us all the way to Milwaukee. And he went in, he talked to everybody, made sure it was really everybody in there. And then he came and got me after, like, oh, yeah, no, y'all ain't taking my daughter all the way.
Shout out to Pops. Yes.
But other than that, I don't remember like ever like sneaking around or lying about where I was gonna go with him or nothing like that.
That's good.
But I probably said more to my mama than my daddy though. But I mean, we had got a car at 16, so it was kind of like
Y'all parents were a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were.
So that's good though.
But I don't think they had a reason not to be. Because, I mean, we wouldn't lie about it. I would be like, I'm going over here, I'm doing this, or whatever.
I don't think I did either, but I just didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So that's on me. But yeah. What's your first date story? Let us know. Let's talk about it.
Yes. Put in the comments.
Oh, but you know what? Back then, too, dating was a lot fun because there wasn't social media.
You're right. You're right. Which takes me into my next point.
Oh, okay.
Because you're right. And I think back then we had to like meet somebody at school or at church because that's where we always was.
Or at Fun Harbor.
Yeah. Or the mall.
Right, the mall, the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Like places like that.
You don't even see kids hanging out in the mall like that no more.
No.
But like that's where we had to go to like meet up with boys. Yeah. Because wasn't no like
movies.
Finna go to their house and all that kind of stuff. But now,
just social media, dating sites, texting,
online dating,
not want to talk on the phone.
Y'all, don't get me started. Okay, so here's my thing.
Here we go. Here's
my thing. I'm all for online dating. Mm-hmm. We live in a social media world. So that's just a given. Like, you're going to have to online date. I mean, there's going to be that one guy you meet in the grocery store by accident. There's going to be that one guy you meet at the place when you go get an oil change or something. But you're going to have to online date. Like, that's just what it is now in 2020.
If you don't go anywhere else.
If you don't hang out much or you just don't go to a lot of I mean, and at this point, most of my friends are married or in long-term relationships. So I'm not going to go somewhere with them where we're going to meet men.
Absolutely.
Like, that's not a thing because I would never put my married friends into a situation like that.
But you know what? If I can say this right quick, I like, you are single. And one thing I can say about my single friends, they respect our marriage. And, I really appreciate that in my friends.
Absolutely.
Like, if we hang out one day out of a weekend, you better believe that's the only time I'm going to see y'all that weekend. That's it. It ain't going to be weekends back to back. And I love that. The boundaries are there. And it
has to be. I mean, because I'll even get to the point like, we've been doing a lot. You probably should just chill this weekend. Like, I ain't coming over there this weekend.
But that just shows me that you understand what marriage is a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be ready for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, and online dating has its pros and cons. I've been online dating for like 2 years, 2.5 years. I done been on more first dates than I can even remember.
But that's good.
It is good because it teaches you a lot about yourself. It teaches you what you want, what you don't want, what you're willing to deal with, not deal with. It helps you see red flags quicker.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
All of that.
And it teaches you to value your time. Absolutely. Everybody is not worth your time.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
When that first red flag comes, you like, done. Cut it off right there. You don't have to get in the habit of collecting red flags.
No. Y'all, listen, I don't block the man sitting across from the table with him at dinner. Like, I was just like, this ain't it. Let me go ahead and block him. Because when I leave here tonight, we ain't got nothing to talk about.
Ever.
So, do not collect red flags. It's not a habit you should get into. Because there's too many men out here to be dealing with stuff you don't want to.
I mean, and something I do hear from a lot of my friends, they don't feel like it's a lot of single straight men out there.
That too.
So it seems almost if they have to feel like they have to settle or just go for the one that's showing them attention and not so.
But you don't. You don't have to settle. And that's something I've learned about myself. One I've learned about myself is I really value people's opinions, like Shatara's and my sister-in-law. I really value their opinions, especially when it comes to me dating somebody or spending my time with somebody. But I also got in the habit of letting their opinions sway my decisions. So you can't get in that habit either. Because they're not in charge of your happiness, you are. So just because it's something they said that kind of bothered you and you're like, maybe that is a red flag, either talk to them about it or still do what you feel is good for you. But always remember that certain people really do have your best interests at heart. So that's why I do value certain opinions.
And your support during the time of dating is critical.
Right.
It is critical. And I remember when Alonzo and I was dating, we had a lot of people that didn't agree with us because he was older than me. Well, he's 6 years older than me. But you kind of just have to go through your journey with this person. And you know when it ain't it.
You know
when it's not it. You know, but I mean, dating can be fun. Like, and I also feel like people get serious too fast.
Too quick, yeah.
And I got serious fast. I don't regret it because look where we are now. But I was also, younger, but, just enjoy dating. Like, get to know yourself.
Yeah.
But
a couple things I could say about that, because I have been dating for a couple years, and again, I've been on so many first dates, it's kind of ridiculous at this point, but but it has taught me a lot. And so one thing I have learned is I do like men that's a little older. I've noticed about myself is myself and men that are my age or a year or two older than me, he ain't ready. Like, even in his conversation.
That's a whole nother show. Like, why is that? Why? Because we're not that young.
We're not. I'm 33. And I've noticed men my age or maybe a year or two older, I just be like, this what you still on? Like,
you're not saying this about everybody. You just want to make it clear.
Yeah, because, not about everybody. Absolutely not. But it's just, I guess that's your preference. But another thing that made me, that I thought of when you was talking is, when you meet somebody, so I recently met somebody that we went on social distancing days, y'all. But that's a whole
you ain't doing that much social distancing.
He is really dope to me. Like, in like that, I've known him for maybe a month now. But he's just different from other people I've met. Like, the conversation is different, the vibe is different. It's just completely different. So that's why sometimes people do move too fast. But sometimes it's like you've been so many other stages, you've met so many other people, and you just knew that wasn't it. But then you meet this one person who is just so different, and the vibe is really good, the conversation is really good, and you just be like, dang, he's super dope. Like, I don't mind talking to him all day and spending time with him. So I think it just depends on that person.
It depends on the person.
So it's like, you can meet a different man every weekend, go on a date every other weekend, and just be like, he ain't it. Then you meet that one person, and they kind of take you back, like, okay, where you been at?
That's true, because me and Alonzo, we met in a car. I was in my car, he was in his, and that's a whole different story, whatever. But we met on a Sunday night. We went out on a Monday. By Wednesday, I met his mom, and he wanted to be my mom. He was like, I want to know what I'm getting myself into. But we had talked that night, the next day, we went to dinner, closed out the restaurant. Yeah. You know what I mean? He was like, I just want to know. And I was going back to school, so he was like, look, either it's going to work, I want to know what I'm working with, and you need to know what I'm working with. So
absolutely,
it does depend on that person.
Yep. And I kind of just feel like the age that I am now and the guy that I'm talking about, he's 38. So I feel like we're both kind of at a place like either I'm going to spend my time with you or I'm not.
Yeah.
So I mean, ever since the day we've met, and we did meet online, we have talked all day, every day. And it's never a dull moment, a boring moment. Like, there's never like a, I'm good.
No red
I don't want to talk
flags.
to you no more. Right. And then it's like, he's very open and honest, and he talks about how he feels and things like that. That's something that I'm not used to when it comes to guys, but it's something that I want. It's something that I like, because I mean, that's just who I am. I'm kind of like an aggressive person. And so I want people to talk to me. Like, I want you to tell me how you feeling, like things you going through. Like, I don't like people when they standoffish and stuff like that. Like, have a conversation with me, especially now. Like, you 38, you gonna have to talk to me about some stuff. Life is real out here. So
okay, so since you're talking to this one, are you still dating others and open to dating others? Or do you go right in to give that person your attention because of the possible potential?
So with this particular person, I'm just talking to him at this point. So normally when I'm dating, I date several people. Like, so my definition of dating is I'm not in a relationship with anybody.
Right.
I am seeing the potential of different people. I'm talking to different people, seeing where different people's heads are at, things like that, seeing where the vibes are with different people. Once there's a person that I want to focus on, everybody else falls off.
That's
or
good.
you done knocked yourself off.
Right.
I ain't trying to talk to you no
That's
more.
good.
Some crazy stuff you done said. But with this person, I'm really interested to see where it goes. Because it's just a different connection. So
I hate the term, and I'll explain that later, but I hate the term, I'm ready for someone to complete me.
no.
I hate that term, but I was also one that said it. I mean, I didn't know who I was. I'm still learning who I am, even as a married woman. Even as a married woman, I've learned that he still doesn't complete me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But how do you feel about that when single people say, like, I'm just looking for someone to complete me? And what do you feel about people saying my soulmate?
Okay, so the whole looking for somebody to complete me thing, that's not a thing. And that just makes me feel like you're not comfortable, confident, and happy with who you are as a person. And I can't help you be that. You need to be a whole you. I need to be a whole me. We need to become helpmates. We need to become friends and whatever else we want to become. But I can't make you happy. Like, I can't make you be a happy person.
Right.
I can't make you be a strong person. I can't make you get out the bed and go get your dreams. Like, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for us to become a team and make it work as a team. Raise these kids and be good together.
And you know what? You'll always be, if you're not whole, you'll always be looking for someone to make up the difference. For one, that only God can make up anyway. And for two, you're looking for something in somebody else that they don't even have.
Right. And they're looking to get that from you, and you cannot provide that.
You'll drain them, and you'll wear yourself out.
You will never be able to provide whatever they feel like is missing. You can't. Soulmates, I don't know. I don't know if I believe in soulmates.
I was just wondering. I was like, just wondering, because it's loosely said.
It is.
No.
I believe that there is somebody for everybody, and I truly do believe God created someone for you. But I don't believe in soulmates. Because, I don't know. I guess when I say soulmate, it makes me feel like I need your soul to complete my soul. And it's like, no. I feel like God created this person for me so that we can be powerful together. But I don't believe in soulmates, I don't think.
Okay.
No. And then I think when people think they found a soulmate, life and relationship and all that is going to be so perfect, and it's not.
No, it's definitely not.
Like, that's not how that's going to happen. There will still be arguments. There will still be ups and downs.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
That doesn't make everything perfect now that I met my soulmate.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't think that's the thing. But
that term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know what y'all think about soulmates.
Look, in no way do we think we are experts in this area.
Oh, because we ain't.
I mean, we're just having a conversation with each other, you know. So this is just our opinion. Opinions.
So no. What do you think about soulmates?
Once again, I used to say it just in a state of immaturity. Not really realizing what I was saying, just because that was the catchphrase back then or whatever. But I mean, when I think of soulmates, I think of stuff like soul ties and all of that, and it doesn't sit well with me now. Because I mean, all that soul tying, that's you know,
it's not. I mean, some people are definitely into it, and we're not knocking it at all.
Right.
If you believe in soulmates and all of that, I mean, that's
cool.
Go get
your soulmate, boo.
Yes, please do.
Please.
Please do. It's just not, I don't focus on
But I would have to agree, there is definitely somebody for everybody that want to be in a relationship. I mean, we know people that want to be single, and that's totally fine. But I believe that there is somebody for everybody that's fit perfectly for you.
Absolutely.
Like even with Alonzo and I mean, I never would have thought we would have been married for this long. You know what I mean? He said I was everything that he didn't want. But just how things come around in our story and our journey, like, I cannot see myself being with anybody else. You know what I mean? So there's definitely, I mean, he brings a balance to me. He brings a balance to my personality. He brings a balance to the crazy things I do and the crazy things I think about doing that nobody else could. So I definitely believe that there's, you know, somebody that God has for everybody that wants to be in a relationship. I just don't get caught up in the soul tie thing. I mean, not the soul tie, but the soulmate thing and saying that phrase, or he's my soulmate. Right. I mean, but if you do.
Right. Hey. Yeah. And another thing, I think you meet people, like, I'm a big believer in timing is everything. Yeah. And I believe things happen when they're supposed to happen and for a reason. Like, just like the guy I'm talking to now, like I said, like, we instantly connected and the vibe is just really good all the time. A year ago, if I met him, I don't think it would have been that. Because I wasn't who I am today, and neither was he. Right. So I think it just depends. And so I feel like all the stuff we go through in our dating life, it teaches us something and it makes us who we need to be for that person when we meet them. So I think that's a big thing too, just timing. And sometimes I feel like with online dating, people are like making themselves date somebody or talk to somebody, or I done swiped left 10 times, let me swipe right on him and just see what he's talking about. But it doesn't have to be that way. Right. Like, swipe left on everybody until you see somebody worth talking to. I mean, I just don't believe in wasting people's time, nor do I believe in like filling dating up just to like, because you have time on your hands, so you want to fill your time up, or you want to get your mind off something. And
I'll say this, because a lot of people aren't ready to settle down. They just want somebody around. You know, so if that's what you do, then do you, but don't waste somebody else's time if you're not ready to settle down and you know that person is clear about what they want. Because everybody date with different purposes. Right. But when you meet somebody, be honest about that. Exactly. I mean, believe it or not, people out here want some crazy stuff. So, I mean, just be honest about it. I mean, you'll find what you're looking for as long as you speak up and say, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. But don't like string people along, and definitely don't think you can change people when you meet them, because that's not a thing either. But I don't know, like. But the thing is, and what I like about you is you are very upfront
Yeah.
Like, sometimes every now and then I'll check up on her, like, you still talking to so-and-so, how's it going? Because believe it, yes, I pray for my friends, their dating lives, and guys that they are seeing.
You have to.
And she'll let you know. I mean, and so every now and then I will check up on her and be like, you know, how's it going with so-and-so? Oh, I forgot to tell you, he on the block list.
Listen.
But I mean, I love that because you're not playing no games. And I mean, you have a lot to offer and you know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people don't have to settle. You know, why deal with the drama? Why have that unnecessary drama added to your lives when it doesn't have to be?
You don't,
and then you get caught up in these cycles.
Yeah. And like, it's just not necessary.
And you saw the flags from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And now you missing out on your good man over here because you messing around with this crazy man over here that should have been on the block list 2 months ago. I just, no. Mm-hmm. But that goes back to knowing who you are. Yeah. I mean, and knowing what you want and what you're not going to deal with.
And like you said, those past relationships will, once you're going through them, you'll grow from them. And then you'll start to learn who you are. Mm-hmm. You'll learn what you want to accept and what you don't accept.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And I think it's important. I think it's important to date. I mean, I don't think you, I mean, nobody's saying you have to date. Like, I got a friend who always say, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. And I get that. Like, so you don't have to be out here dating if that's not what you want to do right now. I mean, you could very well be one of those people that meet your significant other in the grocery store. So don't feel like you have to because you're such and such age and now I need to be dating so I can find my husband or my wife. It's just, I don't think it's that deep. I feel like you will meet that person when it's time for you to meet that person. But dating is fun to me. But I do want to be married one day. And I do want to meet my husband. And I think dating is fun. And I think dating teaches you a lot. So I'm all for it for online dating, but be smart, y'all.
Be honest.
Be smart. Be honest. Use common sense.
Even outside of online dating, if you meeting people in the grocery store, you can still be honest.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And then I mean, some people look at online dating as a bad thing, and they're always like, "You be careful with that." But what I want to tell people is, be careful with anybody you meet. I mean, just because you met him at the grocery store, don't mean he's any better than this man you met online. So again, that's just using common sense, noticing the red flags, and just doing what you feel is right. And if something's telling you it's not right, don't move forward.
Yeah. It's too much time now to be just playing these games and settling and just be like, oh, it's okay. Quit petting people demons.
Right, exactly.
If it ain't for you, it ain't for you.
It's not.
And it ain't cute. Lord,
Look.
I'm just saying.
But you got a point, though. It's not. I mean,
don't be looking past stuff, you know.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
You don't have to settle.